Hi. So I've got the beginnings of a message here. So I don't know what this message is going to be yet. So I'm just going to describe what I'm seeing and then put it together piece by piece. So what I'm seeing is trees. I'm looking through trees. And it's a sunset. The sun is going down. So the sun is going down, it's sunset. The light is fading. The day is ending. We're losing the light. And when we lose the light, we are in darkness. I'm seeing that when this happens, you are dark. You become darkness, and there's an absence of light in you. And there's something here about dreams. There's something here about having vivid dreams at night. Dreams that are so vivid, dreams that you remember when you wake. And the way that I'm being given this is you know, when you eat cheese and then you have lots of dreams when you go to bed, when you're sleeping, and they kind of say don't eat cheese before bed. So I'm being shown cheese in relation to your dreams at night. So there's something about your dreams when you sleep. There's something about the nighttime hours altogether. There's something very important about the nighttime hours for you. It's where the work gets done at night. Not your external work, your internal work, your internal healing. And your dreams contain messages. Now, dreams are always messages in the same format. They're in symbols, codes, symbols, images, and everything has a meaning. They're very rarely ever literal. So maybe you should try and decode your dreams. And it's definitely about when you go to sleep. And I sense that you have a feeling that something is happening when you go to sleep, and you have a calling to rest. And when you do go to sleep, the moments that you take before you get yourself into bed, and then when you're finally in bed resting, they're very conscious moments. And it's almost as if your day is always going towards these moments, meaning you're kind of living for for sleep. You're living for that point at the end of the day where you go to sleep, because you feel like it is a very important time for you at this moment, but you can't necessarily explain it. You can't explain why. It's just it's intuition. And what I'm seeing is that something is taking place that has more substance to it. It's not on the lighter side of experiences, although it may be somewhat unnoticeable, undetectable. It is actually inevitably going to be something of great substance, and you don't know that yet, but you will do when the process is complete. Because when the process is complete, there'll be a release. And right now it's hard to believe, but when the release happens, then you will feel the difference. And I'm seeing a tree when it sheds its leaves in autumn. And I'm seeing that people find beauty in dead leaves. The dead leaves on the ground. And the song is coming into my mind. What do you call it again? Is it Dead Leaves on the Dirty Ground? And I can't for the life of me think of the lyrics. What is it? Dead leaves on the dirty ground. You know you're coming around. I'm not sure what those lyrics are, but I'm gonna actually put them in this video when I come to uploading this video. When I come to editing it, I'm gonna put those lyrics on the screen, because that seems to have some importance too. It's by the White Stripes. Okay, so can you guess what happened? I forgot to delete some files again on my memory card, and the memory card got full, so apologies for that. So let's get back to these. The image of leaves in autumn falling from the trees. Now, as I was saying, we find beauty in dead leaves, and this is because when the leaves fall from the tree, they change color, lots of different kinds of colors. And, for that reason, and that reason only, autumn becomes this beautiful season, even though those leaves are dead. And there's something in that. So when you are sleeping at night, this process is underway, and ultimately there will be a release, and you will feel very different. And the changes that will take place will be of great substance. This isn't light work that's happening. And there's something about the appreciation of what is dead, what is let go. And there is beauty in that. There is beauty in what is being alchemized. It is not waste because it is dead, and it will not be wasted because you will have an appreciation for it, and you will see it in all its beauty and all its glory. And I feel like you will see this in a way that you've never seen it before. It will be in a completely different context. And so you will have a lot of admiration for yourself and for your journey. But it's like that saying, you don't know where you're going until you know where you've been. And there's a great difference between your journey and your route, depending on where you've come from. Now, there are many different possible routes on your journey, different routes that you could take, and it will all be a different decision depending on where you start from. So you may have perceived your past to be a certain way, but I feel like once this transformation is complete and you look back on where you come from, you're going to see it very differently, and this is going to alter your route. This is going to alter the route that you will take. It will change the path that you have been on, but the destination will very much be the same as it always was, even though it is unknown to you what that destination truly is. So aside from any ideas that you may have about your future, there is very much a one that has always been waiting in the wings, so to speak. And also about, there's also a message about you being a tree. And so regularly, continually, there will be a shedding seasonally of your leaves, and a change will take place, and there will always be this process of renewal. So that tells me that this is an ongoing mechanism that will happen throughout your life. You will metamorphose many times. There will be many metamorphoses in your life. Metamorphoses. What I'm seeing is that possibly your childhood has this big place inside of your heart. Maybe not your heart in a, not necessarily in a fond way, not necessarily in a warm place inside your heart. Just very much your heart is very much connected there, whether that's positive or negative. But I feel like that is something which is being alchemized. That is something which is being worked on in order for you to let go of that, because I feel like, well, it's not serving you, but holding on to the past never does. And it's possible that you have somewhat been living in your past, or attracting parts of your past in your present, or you have been unable to, it has been hard to maybe get to this place where you are actually shedding, and because you were holding on to things which no longer served you, your process couldn't continue the way it was supposed to. And so you might have experienced a little bit of what I'm seeing is like when you have an avalanche, and you have it's not like a snowy avalanche I'm seeing, it's like a dry avalanche where lots of rocks are falling from a cliff face, from a mountain, from the face of a mountain. That's what I'm seeing. So this is what you may have been experiencing. You may have been experiencing some roadblocks, some turbulence, an avalanche, things getting in your way, things slowing you down. Maybe you feel like you've never really been moving. So I feel like it's taken a long time. It's taken a great effort to get to this point where the process has actually begun and it's underway, and you're moving on spiritually. And there's also something about being purified of toxins. I'm seeing a syringe. There's some kind of a purification taking place in your body. Your body is healing as well as transcending. I feel like though it's full steam ahead. It's almost like it's like you're on a fixed course, and you can't get off now. You've It's like you've got to this point in your life where you've chosen it yourself, and so you are willing, and you have taken those steps, and the universe has recognized that and is now meeting you halfway. The universe, God, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like you've proven that you've earned the right to walk that path. You've earned the right to be on that route now, to change route, to change your route, but still the same destination. But I feel like there was a time where you weren't, your destination wasn't solidified because of these blocks, this avalanche, because of these things getting in your way, because of some kind of misalignment happening. But now it's very much in focus, it's very much part of the picture. But it is in the distance, it's your future. It's a destination, and you haven't arrived there yet. It's also a message about your nervous system. And if you look at a leaf, it has this central stem, and it has lots of veins that come off it, like a nervous system. It's very much mirroring the nervous system in actual fact. And so that's what I'm seeing now. I'm being shown the leaf as a human nervous system. So there is something about your nervous system constantly developing, constantly evolving, constantly changing. And there's a message about learning to be more dynamic, learning to be lighter. Sometimes it's not worth paying so much attention to a process or to awkward, difficult moments, because before any great change, before any great piece of growth, you will experience awkwardness and uncomfortableness. And that's what it feels like to be doing new things, to be in new energy, to be in new surroundings. And until you've been around those things enough, until you've been in those energies for enough time, it will feel like that until it's all stabilized, and then it just becomes normal, and it feels normal, and it feels comfortable, and it feels right. And it's a natural process. So what I'm being directed to say is that this will repeat itself many times in life, and probably already has done several times. And so in these moments, they are more difficult, they are more harder to move through if we read more into them, and if we forget that these are processes that repeat themselves throughout life, and that we can never get rid of them. So we may as well make the transition as easy as possible, with the consciousness of what is actually happening. And they show me an egg now. And this is very much a message about patience. The chicken lays the egg. The chicken keeps the egg warm. The chick hatches out of the egg. These are all different processes, and they all come together to produce the outcome. to cultivate new life. And that life has to be nurtured while it's in the womb. And there's a message here about taking care of your body in the daylight. Your body is mutating in the night. It is healing. And this can be, you can facilitate this further by looking after your body during the day and giving your body less to do in the evening, in terms of digesting food, etc. Is there anything else? There's also something about the fragility of the egg. It's very fragile during the whole process. But somehow there's a great finesse necessary in order to keep the egg intact, to ensure that the egg eventually hatches. Because the egg is very fragile, and so the chicken sits on the egg incubates, it's kept warm. The chicken also keeps the egg safe. So what I feel like the message is here is that, as much as I say you need to take care of your body during the day, you also need to ensure the safety of your body at night. And you need to be aware of your surroundings, because your body needs to be able to release, to let itself go. It needs to go to sleep in a safe space where it will be undisturbed. So be conscious about where you go to sleep. And, you have to be a friend to yourself during this time. It's important that you're not too hard on yourself. It's important that you don't contribute to any stress. Because that's what the message is, to facilitate the process. It's just to not unnecessarily stress your body, really. You can still do things within moderation. It's just excess stress on the body. Overdoing something, it'll just make it harder, and the process will prolong. That's all. You may get a lot of migraines right now. They're part of it. There's a universe inside of yourself. There's lots of complex mathematics going on. There's lots of moving parts, and everything moves in relation to everything else. So you will experience migraines. There will at times be pressure building up. It will take some time to stabilize everything, and it will be a learning process. But freedom is very much at the end of it all, a sense of freedom. And the freedom will come in the form of knowing who you are more than you've ever known yourself before. You will be stronger, like a pyramid. You will have the strength of a pyramid. You're very much leveling up in simpler terms. And you will have purpose. There will be a purpose to it all. There will be a purpose to you being the way that you are. And it's got a lot to do with communication. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that it's something to do with communication. In whatever form, it will be through communication of some sort. And I feel like the communication that you will be capable of once this process is complete will be the equivalent to a hurricane. It will be powerful and it will be noticeable. It will penetrate. It may even destroy. You know, if you think about being a mirror, not everybody can take their reflection. Not everybody can handle what they see in a mirror. But what I'm saying is that if you imagine your communication to be a hurricane, this hurricane has the finesse of a boxer. So it can handle whatever backlash that comes. What I'm saying is that the backlash will always be submissive to your power, to the power of that communication, to the strength of the mirror. It will always succumb to the reflection, ultimately. So what you'll experience is just an initial reaction. But once they look in the mirror, even if they don't like what they see, they can't unsee. It will affect and change them, and it will be for the better. And I'm seeing there's something about reverence and being revered. However, it's the energy. The energy will be revered. The energy that you house will be revered. It will be seen as a powerful, potent energy that is life-giving, life-creating, and destroying. So it's what it will be revered as creative force, and destruction is very much part of creation. It's the inversion of that, and so that's what it will be. It will be you will be able to cause an avalanche. You will be able to shake mountains energetically, and this has nothing to do with ego. You will have a mission. You will have a purpose. But in order to be heard, you need to fill up the space like a hurricane, like a mountain, and you need to be able to weave like a boxer in and out of all of the moving parts of the landscape. I'm very much seeing you as this pyramid, this strength. There's also something about the pyramid in terms of, if you think of an orgone pyramid, and an orgone pyramid absorbs negative energy, and depending on its design, but specifically pyramids, they then put that energy back out. So you take in negative energy and then it outputs positive energy. And that's what the pyramid does. So I'm seeing that happening. I'm seeing that literally you will have that strength and you will embody it. So whatever negative stuff comes your way, the backlash, the reactivity, negative reactivity, it will just be like water off a duck's back. It will not bother you too much. You will have far more wisdom inside of yourself for you to be able to stoop to those levels, to be affected by it. You will look over it and you will stand above it. You will look beyond it, see beyond it. Is there anything else? What I'm getting now is that you won't be alone. You won't not necessarily be doing this with somebody else in the physical, but you aren't alone. You don't walk alone. You have invisible guidance. So even in times of doubt, just know that you will not be alone. And even if you doubt, there is help that is invisible, and that help does not doubt. So even when you doubt, you've got backup. Even when you doubt, you've got people picking up the slack. You've got people carrying on at the same place. I say people, it's just a figure of speech. But you do have help in spirit. You do have invisible help, invisible guidance. You have been invested in. So it's very much a joint effort, a relationship that maybe you will become more conscious of in time. Because what I'm seeing is a pendulum, and how the pendulum is swinging both ways. So the pendulum can swing in both ways, and I'm seeing that as a relationship. And by that I also mean that very much in the same way as I said at the beginning about how you have taken these first steps, and so the universe or God is meeting you halfway. It's very much the same with the team that is assisting you. It'll be give and take sometimes. It will be, the pendulum will swing both ways. And so in time, you will understand it as a partnership, and then communication can also take place between you and your team. And for anybody out there who wants to see, just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Is there anything else for this message? Well, I think that's the message. There's also something about weather about being this symbology of a hurricane. There's something about how weather is constant, and there is always weather. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you can figure that one out for yourself. But I think that is pretty much the end of the message.